So something was brought to my attention, the possibility that Mavis here has carburetors from two different years, potentially a 1965 carburetor, a 1964, or perhaps a 1966 carburetor. Now the 1965 primary carburetors, which is what I have, not the secondary, are similar in all appearances to a 1964 carburetor, except for one, I'll call it a plug, on the side of the bowl. And the plug was they put in what they called a PES, a power enrichment system, which was a new passageway for the bowl of the carburetor, but they had to drill from the outside through the bowl to create that passageway, and then it had to come back, and that hole they created had to be plugged. This didn't exist in 1964. So take a look at this. So, do you see right there? That is a cap. In 1965, they drilled a new passageway into a 64 carburetor, and they then had to cap the outside. The only way was to drill through the whole body of the carb, apparently. This is on the driver's side. That is an indication that this is a 1965 carburetor. Let's look at the other side. So I've set a mirror up, and as I zoom in here, do you see what's missing on this passenger side carburetor? There should be, right here, a cap, and there's not, leading me to believe that this carburetor is for 1964. Again, see the cap? Sorry, it's out of focus. Cap. Come back over here, and again, clearly you can see. Where's the mirror here? Get my. Hold on, hold please. There we go. No cap. So, what does that mean? So, two potential options that I see. The most straightforward and expensive would be just to buy a 1965 carburetor and swap it out with the 64. That's probably the smart thing to do. Or, again, dig into what are the internal differences. Obviously, that PES system affects the 65 carburetor. The Venturis, are they the same? How dissimilar? Is this part of the tuning problem is because the carburetors are just different enough that you'll never get them balanced and you need to treat them individually? Or again, just buy a 1965 carburetor and put it in, tune it up. They both, the reality is I need to yank them both out, rebuild them. I don't know. Anyway, it's invigorating forward progress. Thank you so much for watching. I apologize, there hasn't been one in a month or so, but it's been rather hot, and I just don't deal with the heat as well as I used to when I was a younger man. Anyway, in this world, when you could be anything you want, you'd be kind, you'd be humble, be forgiving, and well, probably the next episode I'll probably have, knowing me, just a new used 1965 carburetor. Take care. So just an update, I did the right thing. I purchased a rebuilt 1965 carburetor. Should be here in a couple of weeks. That's the right thing to do. Then we can balance two 65 Corsair carburetors. Here, take a look. Here's the receipt, $445. Take a look. Here's our vacuum advance attached to the distributor, functioning. Okay, you can see the new vacuum canister is attached. going to give the engine a rev. If you watch that right there, you'll see it move.